Hello student, welcome to our class. For this time, we are going to proceed with the chemistry practicals, and our topic today, we are going to study qualitative analysis. This means we are going to see SWOT analysis. So be together with me from the starting up to the end of this session or this lesson. You will understand step by step to see how you are going to make analysis of your salt to identify cation and the anion, or cation and the anion. That is our lesson for today. And I will teach you the first step, preliminary test. We have different steps in preliminary test. When you are going to open your sheet, let's say this is sheet for O level, from as a Form 4 student, you know this. But you have another for Form 6, have different qualitative guide sheet. So when you open, you will see the steps. But in preliminary test, it means in qualitative analysis, we have 3 steps. The first, we have preliminary test. That is 1. The second, we have testing solution. And the last, number 3, we have confirmatory testing. So it means in preliminary testing, we use a solid sample during our testing. It means you test by using solid sample, like this one, solid sample, without mixing with the water. But when we come in testing solution, it means you have to dissolve first, and then you are going to use reagents to perform another test or another procedure. And the confirmatory test, it depends. You can use solid, or you can use a soluble solution or solvent, or soluble solution or dissolved solution. That is now 3 steps. But within the first steps, preliminary testing, we have almost 7. You can open your sheet and then you cross-check preliminary testing. We have appearance, flame testing, action of heat, action of dilute hydrochloric acid, action of concentrated sulfuric acid. That is preliminary testing systematic procedure. But the first, which is very important to you, when you are going to make analysis of your salt sample, is the appearance of your sample. So now I'm going to teach you the appearance. How can you identify the sample or the anion and the cation through our appearance? When you see appearance, you see this is, let's say, zinc, this is copper, this is whatever. That is appearance. So today we are going to see the analysis during the appearance of solid sample. Let's say our sample is sample X. How can you identify the anion and the cation through appearance? And this is very important steps, because when you are going to another step, you have to be a reference from appearance. And we have different observations. So when you open our sheet here, the appearance, what we consider. Appearance, we consider the first, we consider color. We consider a color. We consider a color of our sample. Let's say we have different colors of sample. We have white. Let's say this is blue. But there is white, there is green, there is light green, and so far. So how can you use color to identify this is zinc, this is copper, this is an iron, this is sodium, through a color? So when you open your sheet here, it means the color, what it represents. Let's start with the white. With the white, the first we start with white color. White salts. When you see the sample is white, what is your expectation ions? And what will you infer when you see the color? In O level, the white salt, we expect to get the difference. I expect to get the sodium ion. I expect to get the lead ion. When you open your sheet here, let's say you open your sheet inside of white. White, there is ammonia, sodium, calcium, zinc, lead, or transition metal may be absent. It means there is sodium, calcium, lead, here ammonia, there is ammonium ion, there is zinc, and there is calcium. There is calcium. That is white inside of level students. And my fellow here, I will talk about it in a lower level, but you can use in advanced level. Are we together? So my expectation when I see white salt, I expect to get sodium, zinc, lead, ammonium, zinc, and calcium, and not otherwise. And then we say a colored salt, colored salt. Let's say we have different colored salt. Even white is color, but we want to differentiate from other colors, right? So a colored salt, when you open your sheet here, we have blue, we have pale green, we have yellowish brown, we have we have blue, we have green, and the yellow or light green. So what your expectation? It means here I expect to get transition metals. So what transition metals? That is colored salt sample. Let's say there is copper, there is iron 2, there is iron 3, and then I think that is only inside of O level class. So do you look this one and this one? What we have noted here. This is positive, 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 and this is positive. So it means the color represents cation. The color represents cations or cations. So the color represents cations and not the others. It means when you see white salt, it means you exclude other compounds which are not white. Let's say my sample here is not white. This is blue. So cannot expect to get this because this is not colored. So my expectation is to get among of this which is colored. Then I will go to a specific color to see which is right present in our sample X. So that is color. I think you have noted something. That is a side of color. Another, we have a texture inside of appearance. A texture. Texture means we have different texture. We have powder and crystal. When you touch here, like this one, you see there is particles. Let's say like sugar, salt, common salt, or a sand. But there is different structure or particles. There is fine, there is large particles, and also we have powder. They say white powder, white flour is powder, cassava is powder. So we have learned the color represents cations or cations. What about the texture? Can you expect it? If this is positive, represented by color, when I see white, can I say this is sodium? Cannot say this is carbonate. Do you know? When I see blue, can I say this is copper? Cannot say this is sulfate. You know? You see? It means the color represents cations. So the texture, how to see? The second step, or the appearance, to consider is texture. And we have different texture. The first we have powder form. When I see a solid sample is powder, what my brain click, what your brain sense. When you look at the sheet here, powder form, there is carbonate or hydrogen carbonate. There is carbonate or hydrogen carbonate inside of powder. Inside of crystals, crystal form. Crystal form represents, when you say you go in your sheet, you see the crystal form, sheet of level glass, there is nitrate, sulfate, and chloride. Nitrate, sulfate, and the chloride or chlorine ion. Do you see? Here we have got the positive, but here there is negative. So what we have noted, the texture here, the texture represents texture. Texture represents the anions. It means when you see, let's say this is, let's check our appearance of this one. The first color is blue. When you go to the sheet here, you say this is copper. And inside of Christos, and this is Christos, that is a text. Instead of Christos, we see this is Christos. So Christos, there is nitrate, sulfate, chlorine. So my expectation, I will get copper and among of this one. And when I am going to another step, then one of these will be found to be there in our sample, or we show the observation to see if it's nitrate, sulfate, and chlorine. So, but now we are in appearance only. So it means what to consider here. When you see colored compound, you ignore white compound or white solid, white metal. When you see white solid sample, you have to ignore a colored compound. Don't include it on your report. And when you are going to, if it's white, you are the final confirmation. You have to show is white, right? They say I have got this is the blue crystals. On the confirmation cannot write lead confirmed. No relationship between white and the lead. Do you see? No relationship. Because this is white, but my confirmation, it shows the sample which is, this is the blue, but my confirmation I have shown, let's say, lead is not correct. So you have to have a reference. When you go to another step, you come back to your appearance. And when you get a powder form, sorry, sample, you have to ignore those for crystals. Let's say I've got the blue powder. Blue is the copper. So I'm going to ignore this, which is a white. And I have powder, I will ignore these, which are crystals. So can I get carbonate or bicarbonate? That is our appearance. So that is how you have to think, how to identify your sample through appearance of solid sample, or to identify your ions, cation and anion. Another step here, I will show you how to write the report for that appearance, because we have the current text. Another step, see, there is odor on the appearance. There is the smell, but sometimes cannot sense. Especially ammonium, you can sense. And another, there is the liquescence. The liquescence, it means when you put a solid sample here in the watch glass, you can see there is particles of liquid come from the atmosphere, absorbed on that, or the sample absorb water from atmosphere. But it depends. Let's say nitrate solid sample and the chlorine, there is that properties to absorb water from atmosphere. If there is there, you will include. If not there, you will exclude. So I have shown this. Let's go to show you how to write the report for our sample. This one. We are going to consider our sample here, sample X, are the demonstration sample. We have learned about the appearance, and then we are going to try to report for this one. Appearance, and we have to draw a table. It means this is experiment. We have observation, and then we are going to write the inference. inference. I'm going to write the inference. I'm going to write the inference on our appearance of sound. Experiment appearance of sound. Appearance of solid sample. Observation. My sheet have separated from white and the color and the other properties and the textures. Color and textures and lower requests. But myself, I have to join the sentence. You have to join the sentence when you write your report. Appearance, you have to join the side of white, the color and the texture. And we join the inference from color and the inference from texture. So observation here, my sample is blue. Blue sample. I write sample is blue crystalline form. Do you see I have joined the side of color and the texture? That is, you have to write. You have to write it in that way. So how to write in inference? How to join? Because blue, the inference show copper may be present, but crystalline show nitrate, sulfate, chloride, ion may be present. So I will write by starting with the anion, because copper is one. Cation, it means you have to write anion of cation. You have to write anion of cation. So I will write this one by joining nitrate, sulfate, and the chlorine ion of copper 2 ion may be present. So inside of appearance, my sample, I have written is this one. Let's say I show another example. Let's say my sample is white. So I write here, sample is white crystalline form. And the white, I will consider ammonium, sodium, calcium, and zinc, lead may be present. But crystalline form, there is nitrate, sulfate, and the chloride. So I write the nitrate, sulfate. They say this is white, side of white. White crystalline form. So instead of inference, it means the white show ammonium, sodium, calcium, zinc. But I write the nitrate, sulfate, chlorine of ammonium, or sodium ion, of calcium, of calcium, of zinc, and the lead may be present. I think you have seen how I have presented it. Don't copy everything from the sheet. When you go to another step, action of heat, flame test, action of concentrated sulfuric acid, dilute hydrochloric acid, you will see how you have to write your report. But now, our topic, our lesson was to show you only for appearance of solid sample, how to show, how to identify acations, and how to know writing report, how to write your report for this practical. I think my fellow student, you student, I think you have enjoyed. If you are not the student, you are a teacher, you are a guardian, just give your student this lesson, you will understood excellence. I think now we end up here for our lesson. Still learning with me, I will show different. We start with the appearance, we are going to another step. Be within this lesson, this channel. You will understand everything in our qualitative analysis, one by one, sample by sample. You will understand. My name is Mr. D.Maguru. I deal with the physics, chemistry, and the biology, so now we are in chemistry. Thank you for your contribution, for using your time. I think you have understood, and I'm sure myself, I enjoy when you understood and when you are going to practice through your examination, through your lessons. Thank you. Thank you.